So reading on, back in 2nd Esdras 16 and 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. And why is that? Because again, all the hell is going to be breaking loose here in America. It's going to turn back to a primal environment. Everyone's going to get it how they can. And especially you women, you're going to revert back to your natural state, which is to be a possession. You know, the spirit has been out there. We are not psycho where the spirit is out there dealing with Isaiah 4:1. All right, the spirit is out there. And of course, for many, it's going to be too late. But these are the times that Babylon is heading into. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of perplexity, not knowing which way to turn, not knowing which way to go, being stuck in fear, right? I'm going to grab this real quick. Book of Isaiah. Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 14. And that's the spirit, because I'll go ahead and read verse 12 real quick. Matter of fact, verse 11. Matter of fact, verse 10, Isaiah 13 and 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And one of the things that the sun and the moon can represent is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because like I said, everyone's going to be in this state of perplexity, not knowing which way to go. Right? The internet's going to be shut off. These videos aren't going to be going up. And, as I mentioned before, in another video, man, the scriptures talk about how every man, bear with me. Just to roughly paraphrase, every man doing what seems right in his own eyes, to roughly paraphrase. So people are going to be taking matters into their own hands when it's total anarchy. All right. It'll be the thing of survival of the fittest. And as I mentioned in the previous part, it's bad enough. The majority of these dudes out here, they're Mo. Locked up. On top of that, again, the Lord's going to be knocking them off, deleting a whole lot of people, getting shipped off to World War III. Right? And what's that going to in turn lead to? It's going to lead a lot of you women looking for help. Because again, you are going to, when a calamity takes place, when it comes to women, they always revert back to their natural estate. Let someone try to bring her to your house as a woman, and you're hoping it's God forbid it's a you know police show up and it's a woman. She's overweight. I see all type of clips where you got these women, these female cops, man, and I saw one clip where she got afraid of her own shadow. She ended up shooting a wall. She ended up shooting a mirror because she was afraid of her own shadow. It just goes to show you, man, a woman, she's not built for war. She's not built for that, stressful environments and things of that nature. As much as we get on the women, you hear brothers say what they say dealing with the women, but I mean, it's not like we have a personal vendetta against women, but it's just the truth. And one of those things is, this is why a woman, she needs to be at home. And that's just the truth. It's not a personal vendetta or anything. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Reading on in verse 11, and I will, Isaiah 13:11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And as Esau goes out, as Esau is on his way out, you best believe everything attached to Esau is going out with him. So going back to the point, like I just said, with you women, when the 911 goes out of business, right? The scriptures talk about the mighty men forbearing to fight. And a part of that being, these policemen, these people that are set up to uphold, right, maintain law and things of that nature. Well, when they turn their badges in, when they go rogue or whatever the case may be, AWOL or whatever, 911 is going to go out of business, right? And it's going to be Diego's night. So there's an extreme humbling that must take place and is getting ready to take place. Because America needs to be humbled, man. These Babylonians, they need to be humbled. You women, you need to be humbled. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So, again, man, all I can say is, brothers, get ready, because it's not coming, it's here. The groundwork is being laid. Yahweh Bashar Shai is setting the stage for his word to come to pass. Brothers are being prepped to lead, being groomed for leadership. It says, therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chase, roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. So you're just gonna be out there. These people, man, they just gonna be out there, right? Like a chase roe, because that's how dangerous it's going to be. Every little sound, and you know how women can get, man. Every little noise, man. Eve gets, she has a damn heart attack, a damn panic attack at every little sound. So just imagine when all hell breaks loose. You're trying to get away from danger, man, and the smallest crack, the smallest twig break, man, people are going to be through. It says, everyone that is found, well, let me read on to verse 14 again. And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. So, hey, man, you're talking about a animal planet. And the animal planet, man, the animal world, the animal kingdom is cruel. It's gruesome. Survival of the best, survival of the fittest. And that's what's getting ready to happen to America. It's getting ready to be a thing of get it how I can, by any means necessary. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. So going back into the second Edge 16. You think you got women out here thinking that they, just because they take jujitsu classes or whatever, man, they take martial arts classes or whatever, man. Hey, I'll say it like this, and I forgot who said it. It might have been, I believe it was my boy, George, what's his name? Masvidal. He mentioned, and this was with all due respect, but he was just stating the facts, just being real. Dealing with Amanda Nunes. He made a statement about Amanda Nunes. You know, she's pretty much the John Jones of the female MMA, you know. But he was making the point. He made the point that Amanda Nunes, man, hey, she would get ragdolled. When it comes to fighting against a man, she would get ragdolled. You know, and that says a lot. Because again, these women are proud. You walking around with a Glock 19, you and you think you're on a level, but when it's time to use that shit, again, your response time. Because again, a woman, she's not built for stress, war, or anything like that. You know, because just because you walk around with a Glock 19, it don't mean you know how to use it properly. You know, it's just the pride of these women. You're taking these MMA classes or whatnot. But hey, none of that shit's gonna save you. Needless to say, none of that shit's gonna save you. I guarantee you, all that shit's gonna go out the window. When it's all said and done, and it's the real deal. All that shit's gonna go out the window. Because again, you're gonna revert back to what you are, and that's a possession to a man. That's why a woman's number one fantasy is being ravished, being raped. Back in 2 Ezra 16 and 27. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And why is that? Because all hell is going to be breaking loose. Martial law. All right. Like I said in the earlier verses, and the trees shall give fruit, who shall gather them? Right. The grapes being ripened, who shall tread them? You know, because it's mentioned that places being desolate of men. Why is that? Because, hey, although you look outside, man, this is business as usual, right? But again, when it's all said and done, man, it's going to be dangerous going outside. You know, one wrong turn could be you could be in the spiritual realm, because that's how dangerous it's going to be out here. You're not going to be able to call no one up, you know, call your baby daddy up or anything like that. You know, where it's going to go down, and you're just going to be out there like a sheep with no shepherd, man. How's that read in Isaiah? And that's the spirit, because I forgot to mention this in the video I did the other day. As Yahweh Bashmasha is grooming us, Lord's will. We are those miniature shepherds under the shepherd Yahweh Shai. So in Jeremiah 50:8, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks. So again, a man be more precious than fine gold, right? As Yahweh Bashmal Shai, he's going to draw all these spirits over to brothers, because brothers are going to be in these positions of leadership. Brothers are going to lead. So, you know, as we develop, as Yahweh Bashmal Shai continues to develop us, because even dealing with Isaiah 4:1, you know, of course, when you first hear about Isaiah 4:1, of course, brothers get excited and whatnot. But, you know, as we grow, man, in our mindset, you know, understanding what it's going to come with, you know, I'll be honest, Sometimes I don't even want Isaiah 41. Lord willing, not being man of the Lord. Sometimes I don't even want Isaiah 41 because I just don't want to be. I don't want to be bothered. But as I've said, that's a luxury, that's going to get stripped away, and everything is of Yahweh Shemashai's will. So, 2 Ezra 16:28, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the good thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. Why is that? Because everyone's going to be in hiding. You see, it's going to be a dangerous environment, a dystopian environment. So, major cities, man, is going to appear as if the cities are just abandoned. Nature's going to take its course. Major cities, it's just going to appear as if they're just abandoned. But there'll be people around. They're just going to be in hiding somewhere. Because again, you see business as usual right now. But hey, business is not going to be so usual. It's going to be dangerous going outside. It's just going to be dangerous. Danger everywhere. On all sides. It says, for of a city there should be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Whereas when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So you see, people, you're going to have cliques, bands of individuals going, traveling, looking for resources, looking for food, women. The scriptures talk about that. Some of y'all going to be held in captives, whether it be for, sexual pleasures or food. Like the movie The Road, right? They came across that house and it was a basement full of just people stored for food. Cannibalism is coming back, right? So people are going to be coming together, man. They're going to get together. There's going to be these cliques. And people are going to be traveling, man, house to house, looking for resources, man. They're just going to be traveling, man, looking for resources, man. And you're going to be a part of the resource for a lot of you. You're going to be a part of the ditch party. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel thereto. So you got these carnal Israelites out there, so-called prophesying during these protests and whatnot. But I guarantee you that shit's not going to be taking place during Jacob's trouble. All right. That shit's not going to be taking place during Jacob's trouble. It ain't going to be no waking up 7 o'clock in the morning, Northern kingdom out there cutting grass and shit like that. None of that, man. So again, that's why, nature's going to take its course. All right. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Why is that? It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So, as I made the point, those going to be doing the plenty of killing. It's bad enough. Most of these dudes out here, they're useless as it is. All right. As I said, Esau's numbers will tell you women far outdo men, and that's set up by Yahweh Shemashai anyways. So you just imagine, Isaiah 4:1, how precious a man of Yahweh Shemashai is going to be in that day. All these things that we've gone over, we've been taught, apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, we go over, and it's if you have the eye salve, you can see. And that's why, like Apostle Gabar says, he said, man, hey, just wait. Just wait. And that's another thing, man. The spirit's out there. Just wait, man. Just be patient. Everything's going to happen naturally. Everything's going to take its course naturally. You don't have to force anything, and just a little bit longer, man. This shit's going to be different. But Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Mashai. Shalom to you, hopefully.